Hello and welcome back to Adaptation, the vlog for film adaptations and the original material they're based on. Well, I guess I should be saying welcome back to me because it's been a while since I've been on here since someone hijacked my September vlog. But oh well, she actually had more things to say on that subject than I did, so water under the bridge. So in case you don't remember, I'm Jessica Dunn, and I will be kicking off our October vlogs with our list of old horror films that we want rebooted. And this isn't all because the original was awful, because, as you'll see, they aren't all terrible. But in some cases, we just want to see what they can do with special effects, or with a little bit of a twist in storytelling, or maybe we just want them to be a little more accurate to the original material. But in others, yeah, some of them have been pretty awful. And obscure. So without further ado, our first title on the list is a true gem from the 1950s called The Tingler. You haven't heard of it, you say? Well, I can't say that I'm surprised. You know that shiver you get down your spine when you feel really scared? According to this film, and a theory by Dr. Warren Chapin, who's the main character in it, this shiver or tingle is a result of a creature that lives on your spine and grows when you feel scared and only shrinks back down when its victim screams. It looks like a cross between like a centipede and a beetle, like an old jerky plasticky, so totally fake centipede and beetle. Now when it's inside your body, it's supposed to be harmless. But when a mute woman literally dies of fright, can't scream, Dr. Warren removes the creature during an autopsy and it's released to rampage, or like crow creepily around the set, clearly pulled by a string. Obviously for viewers like me that are used to millennial special effects, this film is pretty laughable. But it was scary in its day. Just ask my mom. And we think that this concept has major scary potential with a new, updated CGI version. It could be time to make The Tingler into something that will make you scream with fright, not shriek with laughter. Next on our list is not quite a reboot of a horror film per se, but after a recent bout of Neverland adaptations and commentaries and pretty much everything to do with this character, we at Adaptation are kind of thirsting for a horrific Peter Pan. There's so much material in J.M. Barrie's original story that could turn this whimsical children's tale into something much darker. Think of it. Children being kidnapped from their beds by an evil shadow, a gang of boys who are never allowed to grow up, even homicidal pixies. Okay, once upon a time went a little ways toward making Peter Pan into a bad guy, but we think someone could really push it and make the character into a real monster. It has been brought up time and again by our adaptation hosts, as well as by our fan contributions in our GeekyCon video, but we are seriously lacking in a well-adapted Frankenstein adaptation. They've tried and tried and tried again, but somehow Mary Shelley's original just hasn't come to life on the big screen in quite the right way. So maybe it's worth the reboot? Maybe we're just a little bit gun-shy about it now after being disappointed so many times. But on the other hand, Frankenstein MD did a really good job with a web series, so maybe a decent film version isn't so impossible with the right directors and cast and scriptwriters. Who knows? And now that we're nearly done with our list, I will be completely candid with you viewers. We had a hard time coming up with these, and the main reason for that is plain and simple. Hollywood just doesn't have a good record with remakes. Most of the time, they wind up removing like all of the good parts from the original, just leaving us with an over-dramatic mess. But in the case of Stephen King's Christine, we figure, can it really get any worse? Go ahead and change everything from the 1980s film, we don't mind. After all, the script was atrocious, and the effects will be so much better than they were back then. So that's it with our list of horror films that we want to be remade or remastered. And as I've mentioned before, some of these are rather obscure choices, so we would love to hear what you think of them. Feel free to leave your impressions in the comments section, and don't forget to tell us which films made your list. You never know, maybe there's some hope for Hollywood after all. And if you've enjoyed this vlog, make sure to subscribe to this channel, or check out our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Or we have a podcast on iTunes, which is massive fun. Thanks for tuning in to Adaptation, and until next time. What? in the world? Oh my gosh, I think I have another one to add. Or I did. What was I saying? Oh well, hope to see you next week.